Take two. You guys were interested in resin. For me, the longest part of resin is actually the stirring, because you have two different parts. You've got A and B, resin and hardener, and I don't know which one of these is which. And you have to mix them together, and in order to get fewer bubbles, you mix for about 5 minutes, give or take. So I have just a little bit left in these bottles, so I'm going to be using these first. I've got some more over here to the side. I've got everything set up so that I can move rather quickly so that this is not a 3-hour video. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, I did this cube for like autumn, and it needs to be topped off because there's some little sharp points that I want to take care of. I'm also going to do these little trays. They're like little knick-knack bowl things. So I'm going to do those. This is I happen to have extra leftover resin. It needs to go somewhere, so I'm pouring it in here. And then over here, I'm going to be making an ocean scene. And I've done this before, but it didn't work really well. And I've got different resin. I've got different colors. I've learned a bit since then, so I'm going to try it. I've got this taped so that the resin won't pour off. That was the biggest mistake I made with the last one, was it made a huge mess. Okay, so things that I use: toothpicks, isopropyl alcohol that will pop some of the bubbles. This torch will pop some of those bubbles. I use sticks to stir. And then I've got like the little individuals, and then I've got some other sticks that can also stir. I always use gloves with resin because it's extremely sticky. I have wipes to take care of things like that too. Some other safety issues. The resin has some odors and some smells, and so generally speaking, you need to be wearing a mask to work with it. But I've also got my garage door open, and I work in the garage so that all of the smells go that way. What else? Oh, I'm gonna turn on the fan. Hang on. And hopefully that's not too loud and overwhelming. All right. So let's, oh, I've got another one of these. Why am I using this? I can use this. I've also got my setup. I've got a different table that I use for resin versus painting. So hopefully this will work. I was having a little bit of trouble balancing my camera, or my phone. So hopefully that won't fall because it's duct taped to the table. All right. The most important thing to know about resin, follow the instructions. It's also it's an exothermic reaction, so it responds to heat. So if your workspace is cold, it's going to be harder for it to mix. If your workspace is hot, it's probably going to cure faster than you realize. Hello. Oh no. That mold's all wonky. I don't know if that'll work. We'll try it. So all resin comes with its own instructions. This particular resin is 1:1 by volume. Yeah, not by weight, which means if I pour in 100 milliliters of A, I need to pour in 100 milliliters of B, so that they're equal. Okay. All right, here goes. This one's got a little bit less, so we're gonna pour this one first. There's also all different types of resin. You can get some pretty cheap stuff at Walmart. You can get some pretty cheap stuff at Joann's and Michael's. The stuff I like is from a company called J. Diction. At least so far. I've only worked with a couple of brands so far. I really like this one. It stirs really easy. It levels itself. It's clear. It's usually got pretty crystal clear resin, so I don't have to worry about it bubbles as much. I do still pay attention to bubbles, but okay, we are really close to 100 milliliters. Dale built my table higher, so if you'll notice it's a lot higher than a normal table. That's because I'm half blind and it's a lot easier to look at the amount. Okay, we had just at 100 milliliters of that. That's not bad. Okay, so now I gotta make sure I put in 100 milliliters of this. I did just realize a flaw in my plan. I usually use my camera, my phone, to keep time. That's gonna be a little bit difficult since I'm recording with you. How am I gonna do this? There was exactly 100 milliliters of that. That very rarely happens. There's always usually just a little bit more of one or the other. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see, there's kind of like swirls and stuff. So now I'm gonna take my wonderful little mixing tool and I'm gonna try and time myself for three minutes. So let me think of a song that's, I don't know of a song that's 3 minutes long. Hey Siri. Apparently Siri doesn't work when you have your camera going, your video going. And so this is the long part where you just stir and stir and stir and stir and stir and stir and stir. It gets kind of cloudy. And so what you're looking for is you're looking for it to go back to crystal clear. Ooh, yep, that's smelly. I can smell it. J. Diction is, they tout themselves as having less odor, less yellowing over time. I haven't been doing resin that long, so I can't tell you how accurate that is. Definitely less bubbles. Less, just a whole bunch of less of everything. Plus it just seems so much easier to work with. I don't mind getting the cheap stuff, especially when I'm just starting and just trying, but I'm hoping to, you know, make a little bit of money on the side to help offset the cost of all of this stuff. So when that happens, I really want to use better quality stuff. Plus, I just really enjoy it. I like making art. I like making stuff. So one of my, I say so a lot, I don't know if you noticed that. One of the people that I follow on Facebook, her name is Mixed Media Girl. She does both paint pouring and resin. So you might check her out. There's also Olga Selby. I'll have to double check that. She does really cool paint pouring. Oh, I know something I forgot for my beach, for my ocean. It's over there. I'll have to get it in a minute. This, just so you know, this amount, 200 milliliters, is not going to be enough for all of this. What? Huh? Oh, it's okay. This part takes a while and I don't have a timer. I haven't seen it yet, no. Hey, you can go to Bed Bath & Beyond and get it. Okay. I'm not sure if it's been 3 minutes, but this is looking kind of clear. I need like a kitchen timer. I don't think I even have one of those in my house. Long story short, it's not going to hurt you to stir it longer than shorter. Shorter, you might not get everything mixed in, and then it won't harden right. Longer is not a problem. I mean, you're not going to want to sit here and stir it for half an hour, but... Oh, yep, see? Okay. Yep, I'm looking down. Apparently I didn't get all of it. Let me... Whew. Okay, so I don't know if you can see. Yes, it's got a lot of bubbles, but we're gonna take care of that. So first thing I'm gonna do, the other thing I really like to pour and just leave them and not move them. So I'm gonna move this over here just so I don't have to move it again. So I'm gonna just top it off because I don't wanna add anything else to it. I just want that to be clear. So that's gonna go there. Okay. All right, next I'm going to do these little things. Disposable is also a good way to go with resin. Okay, I'm gonna pour here. Thought of something after the fact, so give me just a second. What colors do I have? Blue, pink, and purple. Blue, pink, no purple. Purple, yay! Okay. I'm gonna add some colors. Oh, here, you gotta come up here. So these are different types of inks. These are pigment inks. This is, I think this one's opaque, and this one is not, and I'm not sure about this one because I have not used it. So I'm gonna just add a couple of drops. And I mean, you can see the difference. They're already reacting differently. Oh, you're fine. Okay. All right. And then we just stir this up. See what that looks like? Isn't that cool? And these are inks. There's also mica powders that you can add to them. That's a little bit different. Ooh, that's a pretty purple. Okay. So if you can tell, this one's opaque and this one is not. You can kind of see through it. Pretty sure this one is also not opaque. Oh no, it's not. It's a little bit more opaque than this one, but not by much. Okay. Now I also decided I wanted to add some of these different flakes in there just because it's fun. Come on. Oh, did I say? I probably didn't. So resin has an exothermic reaction, and it basically heats itself up to cure when the two parts combine. You generally have a pretty good working time. There is something called a flash cure. I've had it happen once. It's just something to be careful with. There's different types of resin. There's shallow pore resin, there's deep pore resin, there's tabletop resin, there's floor resin, there's boat resin. Also, you also have to make sure if you like want to do a cutting board or something that it's food safe, because most of it isn't. And then here we go. Ooh, I like these holographic sparkles. That is my daughter Lexi's fault. She loves holo. She got me started on it. I don't like it as much as she does, but I do like seeing what happens to it when it's in things. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna stir again. Get that all mixed in. Set these over here to the side. Shouldn't need more. May sprinkle some on the bottom, but we'll see. Like I said, this part takes the longest, just the stirring and the waiting. I'm a little bit concerned about the consistency, so I'm gonna add a little bit more to each of these. And you absolutely want to use silicone mats and containers and stirring sticks or disposable, because you can get it off of silicone, but it's kind of hard to get it off of other things. Okay. So the other reason, so when I get through stirring this back in, I'm gonna let it sit. And one of the reasons is we want all of the bubbles that are being created. I don't know if you can kind of see right in there. Want all of those bubbles to pop or to rise to the top so that we can pop them. And letting it sit for a few minutes helps that. Okay, I'm gonna let those sit for a minute. While that's sitting, I'm gonna take the moment to clean off my tools. This is where baby wipes come in really, really handy. And I just get the generic unscented ones, you know, because they're cheaper. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so there's bubbles forming on the top of it. So here's the really cool way you can get rid of bubbles. First though, wiping that out made my gloves sticky. So I'm gonna change gloves. Oh, and I'm down to those last pairs on this box. Okay. Don't worry, I have more. I was not starting this project without more. I also have more resin. Yay! All right. Okay, so what I can see, hold on. I think you can see it the best on the purple. There's all kinds of bubbles on the top. And what I can see on this side is I can see them on the side too. So the way I like to pop them in the cup is my isopropyl alcohol. Just take a squirt and that pops most of those little bitty bubbles. So now I still want this to sit a little bit more. What was I using these for? Sorry, I do have a little bit of brain fog sometimes. That's going, that's going in here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Maybe I didn't need all three. Maybe I just needed the two. Hold on, I want to make sure my box is open. My other box of gloves is open. And I need to get my other tool. My very hard plastic straw. I'm gonna use it to blow things. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna set those over here. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. You'll go, you know what? That's what I'll use you for. I'll put you here. Okay. So now I'm getting my brand new bottles. And wrapped them, but I forgot about the silver seal. Come on. Let's see. It shouldn't take that much, but he keeps popping out here to talk to me and he doesn't want to interrupt. There we go. 125 of that. Baby wipes have been a blessing with this. Okay. I'm gonna put you back over here. And I grab you. With both types of projects, with the paint pour and the resin, plus the gloves. My youngest has sensory issues, and it wasn't until dealing with her that I realized that I might actually have some too. Okay. This is a little more than 125. Somebody remind me that I need to mark that. Should be right. So you have to get your measurements fairly right, fairly consistent, because it just won't mix right. It won't harden right. It won't correct it. It won't do what it's supposed to if you don't. Okay. You have bubbles again. So usually when I'm doing resin, I want to do more than one piece at a time because of the wait time. It's probably been 5 minutes. I can probably go ahead and do those and set that aside. One more stir. Ooh, this is gonna be pretty. Okay. I've got extra, so extra's going over here. This will be a gigantic coaster. Here we go. Oh, that's such a pretty purple. Go over here. Oh, we're done. Oh. Fantastic. Perfect. I'll just make a mess all over everything today. Honestly, I love resin. But it is a messy hobby. And yes, I would say it's more messy than paint pour. Okay, so this one's gonna be fun because it's got a little bitty hole. This one makes a round dish. I don't like pulling this one out of the mold, so it's a little, I haven't used it very often. This one has a big potential for bubbles just because they get caught. I guess it's all the way in there. I guess that one doesn't take as much. There's like not hardly any flakes in it. See if that'll work. Okay, well. Ooh, my nose is itchy. I just feel like there's not enough in there. Okay. Well, I know I need to work with this over here. This actually takes priority because this is a mess and I don't want it to dry like this. So, okay. Take a moment to clean off my glove. See what I mean? It just takes a long time. I was also thinking I would add these sparkles to this, but looking at it, I don't think it needs it. I'm gonna rotate it because my table tends to go this way and I've got a little piece over here that I'm concerned about. I think this mold may have been flash cured last time I used it. Again, I've only used it once, so I don't know. I may need to get another one. All right. Nope, I don't like that. I'm gonna take these off. I'm gonna move these over. So this over here, I did say, right, it's an ocean scene. The board color is gonna be the sand color, maybe. Yeah, the board will be the sand. I've got Illumilite Ocean Blue. I've got Illumilite White for the waves, and I also have a blue-green mica powder that I'm gonna add to this when I'm through. That's what I need the third one for. No, I'm sorry. I am in a brain fog. Oh wait, that's what that was. Hang on. I gotta find some. Okay. So I was talking about Mixed Media Girl. She is the one that I got the idea for this from. So, okay, time to stir. Oh, I was gonna spray. Yeah. Hang on, I wanna spray. This had glitter fall in it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna pour in a little bit in each of these. I'm gonna mix in some of this. I'm gonna mix in some of this. I'm gonna mix in some of this and this. And then we're gonna layer it over here and make waves. This might be enough resin for it, especially since I've got it blocked off. I really like how this blue glitter is reacting, these blue flakes. Did I spray Autumn Cube? Okay. So the other thing I'm doing is I'm just kind of watching the backs of these for bubbles that are forming or not forming. If I see a big bubble, I will poke it with a toothpick. If I see lots of little bubbles, I will spray it with the alcohol. Okay. I think, just make sure I've got it really good. Oh, nope. Apparently I missed some. Okay. Another couple minutes here. One way you can tell if you're finished is you can kind of, when you're mixing it, there's like swirls. One way you can tell you're done is when the swirls disappear. And so scraping the sides, I just realized that there's more swirls. So. All right. Okay, so I don't need a lot of always add more sparkles. I keep looking up because the wind is blowing outside and there's a lot of leaves and I can't always tell if it's a leaf or a bird, or a minute ago I thought I saw a frog, which wouldn't be too surprising since we live kind of close to a lake. But it also would because it's kind of cold, or it's been cold. Today it's nice and warm. And I do want those. Okay. Okay. So first for the sand part, Okay, we're pretty even there. Like I said, resin is extremely sticky and it gets all over everything. Okay. So now we're going to do the ocean. You know what? First, let's shake. Does it have a bottle? What's going on here? Oh, I see. I see. I see. I've messed up. The one thing I haven't opened and tried. So this is going to go back in here. This is going to go back on here. This is going to go back on here. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Oh wow, this has a really pretty color. And of course I have dye all over my finger, so it's getting all over the pouch. Ooh. Ooh. Looks like the fairy forest. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of that in. Maybe a little more. My hands now have glitter all over them. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna try this white. Somebody remind me to clean off my scissors when I'm done. Okay. Ooh, that just sinks. That's pretty. Oh, I can use this for something else. That was exciting. Test. Okay, this was gonna be this. With this. And this. And a little bit of this. Put a little bit more. Okay. Oh wow, that is so pretty. It's a really dark blue. I mean, a really dark blue. It's very beautiful though. Oh, I like that a lot. And something I've noticed is that when I add colors like this, it doesn't seem to get as many bubbles. I don't know, it just seems to stir smoother. I wouldn't recommend it all the time, but okay. So this powder, this is the mica powder that I was talking about earlier that helps, that you can also use to color things. So the hope is that this will make a different shade of this. And it does. Plus it gives it a bit of a shimmer. Oh my gosh, guys, this is just, I'm amazed at the beauty that you can make with this stuff. This is fantastic. I love this. Okay, so this is gonna be like more shimmer, except it's not shimmery. I mean, it's there, but it's not. Mixed Media Girl's video that she posted of this, the thing that she used I can't get, so like it's out of stock or something. But you can kind of see it. Okay, and then the white for the waves. All right, here we go. You ready? Oh, this part makes me nervous. So my new neighbors just got home, apparently from grocery shopping and work and stuff. They had a house cleaner here today. They literally just got this house. Why do they need a house cleaner? Okay. This is the first layer. Can you see the color in it? Okay, we're gonna do the second layer. Oh, this powder is so pretty. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I know it doesn't look beautiful right now, but I remember I also know what the video showed, so I know what it's supposed to look like when it's done. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna do some glitter sparkles, hopefully. They're there. They're not exactly what I want, but they're there. So far, my duct tape dam seems to be working correctly. Okay. All right. I really love that color. I can see using that for a peacock. I would not know how to go about making a peacock, but I can see using it for a peacock. Just trying to get every last little scoop of this out because this is, like I said, resin's not cheap. So I want to make sure I use it all. I'm lucky that I have a husband who supports me in this. He knows it makes me happy. So that dark color is this color. Okay. There's a little bit more here. I am losing my sand rapidly. Like I said, J Diction is known for self-leveling, where it levels itself out. All right, here's the fun part. We're gonna add the waves. Oops. Can you see the ocean yet? Okay. This did not work like it was supposed to, I don't think. Hold on. Okay. I may have to break out the hairdryer for this, but can you go to the front door? Thank you. Ooh, hello. I'm splattering all over everywhere. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. You see it? See how it's starting to make ocean foam? lightheaded. Okay, obviously I have some left on my technique, but that's how it's supposed to be done. I've got these little bitty shells. I did not have any extra resin to put over them. I should have saved some. I'm gonna put these over here in this area where it's where it's more blue than white. Oh, come on, duct tape. Oh, wow, it looks really good. It looks so cool. Does it look perfect? No, but this is an experiment piece. I did my best. I do have a little bit of resin I can pour over the top of these babies. Oop, oop. Okay. Okay, so one of the other things about resin is that it will tend to pull towards the middle, so this might clear up tomorrow. Do you want to put this over here? Do you want to make sure that the ocean side does not have ocean or have sand just showing? So the sand side can have sand showing. The ocean side, not so much. All right. Oh, this is a test piece, so I want to grab a clean one. I don't know if this will do what I'm expecting it to do. I'll show you when I take it out. Okay, that's all. Oh, where's the stop button?